Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're taking a moment to reflect on the life and, well, the incredible career of George Wendt. We sadly lost him just yesterday, May 20th, 2025. He was 76.
Yeah, it's always tough when someone who brought so much laughter leaves us. And George Wendt, his impact on comedy, it's really significant.
Absolutely. So for this deep dive, we're mostly looking at his Wikipedia page, being updated right now, understandably. But our goal here is to explore his life, his journey, and especially that one role. The one that really made him a household name.
Right, the unforgettable one.
Okay, let's get into it. George Robert Wendt Jr., born in Chicago, Illinois, October 17th, 1948. A real Chicago guy from the start, seems like.
Totally. And a big family, too. He was one of 9 kids. His folks, Loretta, Mary Howard, and George Robert Wendt Sr. His dad was a Navy officer, then a realtor. Must have been a busy house.
9 kids. Wow, you can just imagine. His background, it's very American, but with those European roots, Irish and about a quarter German. His maternal grandfather, Tom Howard, was actually a photographer. And it mentions his grandparents came from places like County Mayo in Ireland and Danzig. But they were all born right there in Cook County, Illinois.
Oh, interesting. So that immigrant story was maybe a generation or two before him. It's more of a Midwest story rooted in those earlier arrivals.
Exactly. And there's another showbiz link, too. He's Jason Sudeikis' uncle.
Right, his sister Catherine's son. Funny how talent pops up across generations like that.
It really is. Now, his education path, it wasn't exactly straight. He went to Campion High School, which was a Jesuit boarding school up in Wisconsin.
Okay.
Then he had this brief stint at the University of Notre Dame. Famously got expelled after one semester. 0.0 GPA.
Wow. 0.00. What happened there?
Apparently living off campus, winter, no easy transport. Just didn't work out. A very relatable college stumble, maybe?
Yeah, definitely shows that, success doesn't always follow a neat path. That setback clearly didn't stop him.
Not at all. He eventually got his degree, a BA in economics, from Rockhurst College in Kansas City. That was 1971. Economics.
Economics. You wouldn't necessarily predict Norm Peterson from an economics degree, would you?
Not really. Which kind of leads us perfectly into the next bit. The second city in Chicago. He founded around 1975, not long after college.
Ah, Second City. I mean, such a legendary place for comedy. A real launching pad.
And his first job there? Sweeping the floors.
Aha, classic. Gotta start somewhere, right? But crucial immersion. And that's where he met Bernadette Burkett.
His future wife, yeah. And she, of course, had her own Cheers connection later.
Right. She played Cliff's date once, but more famously, she was the voice of Vera, Norm's wife we never saw.
Such a great little piece of trivia. Love that. Okay, so before Cheers blew up, he was doing the groundwork. Small film parts like My Bodyguard in 1980.
Putting in the time.
And guest spots on big shows, Taxi, Soap, even M.A.
Yeah, building that resume, getting experience on set, those early roles are so important.
Then in '82, he got his first regular gig on a sitcom, Making the Grade on CBS.
Oh, I vaguely remember that one. Didn't last, did it?
Nope. 6 episodes and gone. Tough break. But, well, something much, much bigger was right around the corner.
Talk about timing. The fickle nature of TV, right? But then
came Cheers, also 1982, and Norm Peterson. He was in every single episode, all 275 of them.
Everyone. That's incredible commitment. And Norm, I mean, he wasn't just a character. He became this, cultural touchstone, the ultimate bar regular.
Totally. And the awards followed. 6 Emmy nominations in a row for supporting actor.
6. That consistency is amazing. What was it about Norm, do you think, that just clicked so well?
Well, there was that entrance, wasn't there?
Oh, yeah, the Norm Shack.
Every time the door opens, Norm, and then he'd have some perfect, usually kind of sad sack wisecrack ready to go.
It was like clockwork. You waited for it. And his timing, Wendt's timing was just impeccable, that deadpan delivery.
And finding the humor in, Norm's slightly miserable life outside the bar. The jokes about Vera, his job woes.
Right, and never actually seeing Vera just made it funnier somehow. Your imagination filled in the gaps. It was a brilliant running gag.
He even played Norm in a few other places, didn't he? The spin-off The Tortellas.
Oh yeah, that was short-lived. And an episode of Wings, I think?
Yep, and Frasier too, later on. Shows how iconic that character was. He could just pop up anywhere in that universe.
Like seeing an old friend. Totally recognizable.
Okay, this is kind of wild. There was a lawsuit involving animatronic robots.
Robots. Of Norm.
Yeah, Norm and Cliff. For airport bars run by Host International. It led to Wendt v. Host International over using their likenesses.
Wow. That's actually a pretty significant case, right? About publicity rights and celebrity image in the Well, early days of that kind of tech being used commercially.
Yeah, fascinating stuff. Even while Cheers was huge, he was doing other things. Hosted Saturday Night Live in season 11.
Right, with Francis Ford Coppola co-hosting. That's a unique pairing.
Isn't it? Hosting SNL, though, that's a big deal for a comedian.
Oh, definitely. High pressure, but a real validation. Shows versatility.
He did a movie in New Zealand, too, Never Say Die.
Stepping outside the Boston bar setting.
And then, of course, back on SNL as Bob Swirsky. Das Superfans.
Dap Bears. Yeah, those sketches were legendary. Especially for a Chicago guy like him, must have been fun.
Totally. But then, showing his range, he did a BBC version of Oblomov.
Oblomov, the Russian novel about the guy who basically never gets out of bed.
That's the one. Talk about a different speed from Norm Peterson.
Wow. Yeah, that suggests a real actor's curiosity wanting to stretch beyond the comedy.
He did the British Whose Line Is It?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
A couple of times, too. Improvisation skills from Second City paying off there, I bet.
Oh, for sure. That show demands quick thinking. Perfect fit for his background.
And remember the Michael Jackson black or white video?
Oh my gosh, yes, he was the dad at the beginning, blasting the music.
Exactly. That video was everywhere. Huge pop culture moment.
Massive. Really put him in front of a different global audience.
Plus film roles with De Niro in Guilty by Suspicion, Mel Gibson in Forever Young, holding his own with huge stars.
Yeah, showing he could handle different genres, different screen partners.
Okay, so Cheers ends in '93. Post-Cheers life begins. He starred in the George Wendt Show in '95.
Right, based on Car Talk from NTR, wasn't it?
Yeah. Didn't last long, though. It's tough catching lightning in a bottle twice with sitcoms.
Especially after a role as iconic as Norm, the comparisons are probably unavoidable.
He also played a killer on Columbo, 1995. Strange Bedfellows.
Whoa. From Norm to a killer. That's a twist. Always interesting seeing comedians play against type like that.
And he popped up as himself on Seinfeld. That meta stuff is always fun.
Yeah, a little wink to the audience.
And Norm wasn't quite gone. He voiced him on The Simpsons. Family Guy.
Right. And showed up on Frasier in that episode where they all go back to Boston.
The character just lived on. And he played a bartender opposite Ted Danson on Becker.
Nice little reversal there. Fans love those nods.
Kept busy with films, too, like Man of the House, Outside Providence. Joined the cast of The Naked Truth for a bit.
Just kept working, exploring different things.
In theater. London West End, Broadway. In the play art.
Yeah, doing serious stage work. That takes a different kind of discipline. Shows real commitment to acting as a craft.
Then into the 2000s. Just a ton of varied stuff. A music video, recurring on Sabrina, the Teenage Witch.
Hosting shows like House of Dreams, Regular and Modern Men, guest spots everywhere.
He seemed like a really reliable, welcome face on TV. You were always happy to see him pop up.
Definitely. And versatile. He did a Masters of Horror episode.
I played Santa in Santa Baby. Talk about range. Horror to Santa Claus.
Oh, yeah. Why not?
Back to the stage, too. 12 Angry Men. And then a big one. Edna Turnblad in Hairspray on Broadway.
Edna. That's such a great role. It takes real stage presence and, well, heart. That's fantastic casting.
You reprised that role later in Canada, too.
Yeah.
And played Santa again in Elf the Musical on Broadway.
Seemed to really enjoy the stage work.
Yeah, and still doing TV guest spots like on Hot in Cleveland. And those State Farm commercials.
Oh, yeah. Back as Bob Swirsky with the Superfans. Those were great. Tapped right into that nostalgia. So clever. And then in 2023, a real surprise, he was on The Masked Singer.
As Moose. I remember that. He seemed like he was having fun with it all.
Totally. And then earlier this year, that really nice moment at the Emmys, the Cheers cast reunion.
Yeah, that was special. Seeing them all together again on that set recreation. Really heartwarming for fans.
It really was. On the personal side, we mentioned Bernadette Burkett. Met at Second City in '74, married in '78.
And she voiced Vera. Such a lovely connection. They had 3 kids together. Sounds like a really solid, long partnership.
Yeah, it does. Which makes the news from yesterday even sadder. George Wendt passing away peacefully at home in L.A., May 20th, 2025, age 76.
Just, yeah, a real loss. And the tributes pouring in from his Cheers castmates, from so many others, it really shows the respect and affection people had for him.
It really does. So looking back, Norm Peterson, undeniably huge. He created this character who was just so funny, but also, deeply relatable. A fixture. What do you think made Norm connect so strongly, especially with, American audiences, people watching clips on YouTube even now? Well, I think Norm was kind of an everyman, wasn't he? He found his comfort zone, his community at that bar. His humor came from, everyday frustrations, those little observations about life's annoyances. A lot of people could see themselves in that, I think. He wasn't perfect, far from it, but he was loyal, he was there for his friends. That kind of character, it just works. It feels real.
Yeah, perfectly put. And like we've covered, his career was so much broader than just Cheers. Film, TV, stage. He really did a lot.
He absolutely did. Never stopped working, never stopped trying different things. A truly versatile talent who left a big mark.
Maybe, for a future deep dive, we could look into Second City's influence. Or maybe why ensemble casts like Cheers work so well. Lots to explore there.
Oh, definitely. Both great topics, the history of comedy, how these shows come together. Fascinating stuff.
For now, though, let's leave it with you, our listener. What's your favorite Norm Peterson moment? That line or entrance that still makes you laugh? Let us know in the comments below. Share your favorite George Wendt memories.
Yeah, we'd love to hear them.
And hey, if you enjoyed this deep dive and want to join us for more explorations like this, please do think about subscribing to the channel. Hit that button, join the community. We appreciate the support.
We really do.
Thanks for taking this deep dive with us today as we remember George Wendt.